Okay, so let's talk about selling a home in this crazy digital world. We're going to dive into what might be the single most important first step, how your house looks online. Seriously, getting your property ready for its close-up isn't just about vanity, it's about getting it sold.
All right, just for a second, put yourself in the buyer's shoes. You're scrolling and scrolling and scrolling through what feels like a million listings. What actually makes you stop? What makes you go from a casual scroll to clicking that "I need to see this place" button? It all boils down to that very first visual punch.
You know what I'm talking about. On the one hand, you've got a listing with dark, kind of cluttered photos. The rooms feel small, maybe even a little bit sad. But then you see another one. It's bright, it's open, it looks spotless. The choice is a no-brainer, right? And here's the kicker. You're making that choice on your phone, long before you'd ever dream of actually going there.
And that brings us to the heart of the matter, that digital first impression. In the market we're in today, this is where the whole game is won or lost. I want you to really let that sink in. For almost every buyer out there, the search starts on a screen. So your photos, your videos, that virtual tour, that is the first showing. It's your one and only shot to grab their attention and make them think, wow, I need to know more.
And believe me, the stakes could not be higher. A bad online presentation isn't just a little mistake, it's like slamming the door in a buyer's face. You could have the most amazing house in the neighborhood, but if the pictures don't show it, you've already lost. They're just going to scroll right on to the next one.
So how do you make sure you win that all-important first click? Well, the answer is a strategy we call media prep. It's all about taking back control of your home story.
And this is so much more than just tidying up a bit. Media prep is pure marketing. It's about styling your home to show off its absolute best assets. And maybe most importantly, creating a real emotional connection. You want buyers to feel what it would be like to call that place home. I just love this way of thinking about it. Doing this prep work can completely change how people see a property. It's like a magic trick. It transforms a space from just being a collection of rooms into a potential home, one that's just full of light, possibility, and excitement.
Okay, so let's get practical. What does great media prep actually look like? We're going to break down the 4 key tools you absolutely need in your visual toolkit. First things first, the absolute bedrock of any good listing. Photography. This one's a non-negotiable, and you have to get it right.
And what's wild is how simple these tips are, but what a huge difference they make. I mean, opening every curtain, flicking on every single light, suddenly the whole place feels bright and welcoming. Getting rid of clutter instantly makes rooms look bigger. Then a pro can come in with a wide-angle lens and capture that amazing space in a way that just makes you want to be there. Next up, let's talk video. If your photos are the handshake, the video is where the conversation really starts. It brings a whole dynamic layer to the experience that a still picture just can't. Now, the goal here isn't a Hollywood movie. It's a short, really engaging walkthrough. You're guiding the buyer, pointing their attention to the best stuff, like that cozy fireplace or the brand new kitchen. The trick is to keep it smooth, steady, and bright. You want to create this sense of, I know this place, and make a buyer feel like they're already walking through the door.
All right, let's switch gears to a tool that's all about making sense of the space, the floor plan. This is something that people often forget, but man, is it powerful. A good floor plan gets rid of all the questions about the layout and how the rooms connect. Buyers can see the exact dimensions and start picturing where their own sofa would go. It's such a simple thing, but it builds a ton of trust and helps them make a decision way faster and with more confidence.
And finally, we've got the real game changer in today's market, the virtual tour. In a world where everyone wants convenience, this tool gives you a massive leg up on the competition. Think about it. A serious buyer from across the country can explore every single nook and cranny of the house whenever they want. This obviously gets more people deeply engaged with your listing, but it also does something else that's super important. It filters out the people who are just casually looking. So the folks who do schedule a real-life showing, they're way more likely to be the real deal. Now, all of this takes a little bit of work, for sure. So the big question you're probably asking is it actually worth it? Does this stuff really pay off? Let's take a look. The math here is pretty simple and direct. Listings that look amazing and are easy to understand just get more attention, period. More clicks lead to more people scheduling a visit, which fills up your open house and creates that all-important buzz. And the data backs this up completely. The gap in buyer interest between a listing with professional media prep and one without, well, it's not a small gap, it's a chasm. You are fundamentally changing how many people are even considering your home. So here's the bottom line, the crucial point.
All that increased interest creates competition among buyers. And you know what competition leads to? Faster sales, and very often a higher final price. This isn't just about making things look pretty, it's about getting the absolute best financial outcome.
So, let's wrap all of this up with one last, really important idea to take away. From now on, don't think of media prep as another chore on your to-do list. Think of it as your secret weapon. It's your strategic advantage that lets you cut through the noise of a crowded market and turn those passive online window shoppers into genuinely excited, motivated buyers.
And that really leaves us with one final question you have to ask yourself. In this market where every little detail counts, is your digital front door thrown wide open and welcoming everyone in? Or are those lackluster visuals accidentally locking out the perfect buyer before they even had a chance? The choice really is yours.